Well, it doesn't stop there, folks. We got Karine Jean-Pierre here being questioned about the national security implications of the Chinese spy balloon. I wish there was more questions during this White House press briefing on this whole balloon thing, but Brian Deese basically took up a whole hour plus of the press briefing, so we only get Karine Jean-Pierre with a little bit of questions on the balloon, but let's go ahead and hear one of them.
Thank you, Karine. Thanks. Is this the first Chinese balloon that the U.S. identified flying over U.S. airspace?
Just slip it through the binder.
So what I can say is that we have talked about the China's balloon program. We have generally on this, the Chinese surveillance balloons program has been around for some time. We even briefed Congress this past August. So I don't have any specific on any other balloon during this president's administration, but there has been a program that has been in effect. We have kept Congress abreast on that. But I don't have anything more to say or to share.
How is it possible that this administration discovered at least 3 previous balloons that flew over the U.S. under the previous administration, but Trump officials didn't know it was happening?
Yeah, so look, I think that, and we have talked about this before, about how when the PRC government surveillance balloons transited the continental U.S. briefly at least 3 times, as you just mentioned, during the president's prior administration, and once that we know of the beginning of this administration's, but never for this duration of time, as we know. This information was discovered.
For the love of God, stop reading out of the binder. I get you got to go to it every now and then, but China national security implications. We've known about it. There was balloons. Dude, it drives me up a wall, you guys. It drives it not just the fact that it's like you're giving me nothing here, but the fact that this is like $180,000 job. We'll even lowball it. I'm pretty sure it's 180. We'll say 120,000 job to read out of a freaking binder. Just tax dollars well spent, right, folks? Tax dollars really well spent.
Prior to the administration left, but the intelligence community, as I said, is prepared to give briefings to key officials. But this is something. Post. But this is something that they were not aware of, as we've just laid out. But again, we are ready to brief key officials to let them know what the intelligence community was able to figure out.
You can share about how you became aware of it. Like, did you? Is there? I just don't. Did you go back and look at some?
So I'm not going to get into intelligence community information from here. That's not something that we do from certainly from the briefing room. What I can say is that we learned of this, the 3 prior during the past administration, and so we are willing to share that information. But again, just not going to get into intelligence from here.
Last question on this: since the administration was aware of the balloon program, did any U.S. officials have conversations with the Chinese about balloons over U.S. airspace during this administration?
We're not going to get into specifics of private diplomatic conversations we have with China.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about it because Joe Biden's in bed with the Chinese, and that's why he let a freaking spy balloon fly all the way across the United States, gather as much intelligence as possible. They got it. Perfect. Oh, you're good at it, G? You're good at it? Okay. Upload up when it hits over the Atlantic. Oh, you need 8K resolutions on our silos. Oh, perfect. We'll wait on that. Okay, yeah, we'll wait on that. It's like, you guys, let that sink in. One of our enemies was flying a spy operation over the United States, gathering intelligence and how much we don't even know, and then we wait till it's out of our space. I mean, it was still in our airspace, theoretically, from where we shot it down. But like, oh, it's over the Atlantic. Let's just shoot it down. Oh, we didn't want it to hit any buildings or anything. Folks, the majority of the United States is just land. It's just land. We have the #1 military in the world, and you're telling me we just couldn't shoot the balloon out of the air like a 50 cal, right, on an aircraft? Or something stupid like that? Just a simple round, kind of spray and pray it? You know, Trump would have been on TikTok. Hey, gee, I just popped your bubble. Trump would be on the freaking comms the second that he freaking heard about a Chinese spy balloon over our airspace going, can I nuke the fucker? Can I nuke it? Sorry to cuss, folks. I mean, we're Trump here, right? Does the SOB know who he's dealing with? Can we get the mother of all Bobs like we did to the Afghans? Right? He wouldn't even be talking. He'd be talking about how big of a missile could he hit that balloon with. Just make a spectacle out of it. Can we put fireworks on the side of it that says F Joe Biden? Can we write that on the Bob? Take pictures for my Twitter? Okay? F Joe Biden. FTB. They'll love it. My base will love it. Trump would have handled this so different, but no, because Joe Biden's in bed. They got a lot of stuff on him in the Biden laptop story. That's what he's doing here. It's just so frustrating what took place there.
We're just not going to do that from here. We've been very clear that what China did was indeed a violation of international law. You've heard directly from Secretary Blinken making that very clear. And China knows that that we will vigorously defend our homeland and sovereignty. That is something that we.
What? You couldn't even handle a balloon! A freaking balloon you couldn't even handle! You waited till it flew all across the United States, looked at all our silos, gained all the intelligence it possibly could, and then you go, oh, we'll blow it up now that they had their fun with it all. Unbelievable.
We've also made very clear, but we're just not going to get into diplomatic conversations from here.
Follow up on that.
Oh. What happened?
So, we're going to continue. It is frustrating that you have one of our enemies flying psyops and all this other stuff over our airspace multiple times. And you know what? It makes Trump look bad too, the fact that they missed it. Okay? It just shows you the comfortability that we've had, and that we're so comfortable here that we don't look around our own airspace. We're not even worried about what's going to happen because it's never really happened that many times here. I understand there's 9/11. I understand there's Pearl Harbor. I even understand that the Japanese during World War II flew balloons actually in our airspace as well and dropped some stuff. You didn't even know about that. That actually happened, I think, less than a dozen times. But regardless, it just shows you kind of where we're at in terms of just keeping our head down, not even bothering anything. We should have blown that thing out of the sky the second we saw. Like I said, it should have been target practice for us. I hope you enjoyed that clip from the Bald Brad Show. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all our future content.